sodas. Should children drink them? Should there be a complete restriction? Or should there be no restriction whatsoever? I'm going to start off and say that there should definitely be a restriction. Not 100%. I think that kids should definitely be able to drink sodas every now and again. But given the two extremes, people are always going to naturally try to find a gray area, right? I'm here to tell you reasons, though, why restricting it is probably better than cutting it off completely and letting them do whatever they want. See, if you let them do whatever they want, they'll choose soda before they choose juice, and then your child will grow out instead of up, unless they have a super high metabolism, and when you want to go outside and play with them, they won't be ready for it. They won't be healthy. I'm going to say I have a side effect of that, only because of laziness and also because I drink a lot of soda. I'm a fairly skinny girl, but I'm very out of shape. I can't run the way I should be able to run with this body figure. But, on the other hand, telling a child that they can never drink soda and then letting them go to a friend's house where it's okay to drink soda, or when they grow up, they're going to drink a lot of soda, most likely. They're going to indulge in that thing that their parents kept from them for all those years, So, there you go. Now, I do know there are cases where a child will grow up and will still not drink that soda because they never drank it at home. But there are, more often than not, cases where a child does whatever the heck they want as soon as they're out of the house. So, while researching this online, I found an article done by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. It was a very interesting article, and it has definitely opened my eyes to a few things about soda. To start off, they quoted the USDA, and they said that the USDA has said that per capita consumption of soda has increased 500% in the last 50 years. That's a pretty strong increase, I'll tell you that. That has to do with the fact that soda companies have increased their containers of the soda, and they have also gotten better with social media advertising. After that, they go on to say that 56% of 8-year-olds drink 1 soda a day, and a third percent of teenage boys drink 3 sodas a day. That's a lot of soda. I mean, that is a lot of soda. So, they also said that 36% of boys get their needed calcium, and 14% of girls get their needed calcium. 14% of girls get their needed calcium. When I hear that there are 86% of us out there that are not drinking enough milk, enough juice, enough anything but soda to keep our bodies in good shape. And then when we grow up drinking only soda, and then we grow up drinking only alcohol, we are never going to have the kind of body that we need to have a baby to its full extent and be the best mother that we could be with that. That's kind of scary. Maybe that's why there's a higher percent of miscarriages now. That's something to think about. So, that's just 14% of girls. Makes me want to make sure all the girls that I know drink more milk than they do soda. It's pretty bad. So, but one thing was, whenever I was reading through this article, they had an example of a school board in Madison, Wisconsin. And this school board voted to not continue their contract with a very elite soda vending company, but to have more than one contract with many soda vending machines, and to also incorporate healthier beverages like milk and orange juice. They had 4 different flavors of milk. They had chocolate malt, fat-reduced white, and fat-reduced strawberry. And the milk machines were open all day, whereas the soda machines are only open before school and after school. But they found that because the kids could get the milk and the orange juice in between classes, they drank a lot of milk and orange juice. And now they have a problem keeping it refilled. They almost have to refill it every day, and it's a lot. And it might also have to do that it's only $1, but it's still a lot of milk and orange juice. So it is also a known fact that well-nourished children grow up and they have better school attendance, fewer behavioral problems, and better test scores. And that's something pretty important to me because that kind of determines a lot of things of your future. If you don't have good test scores, you don't really get into a good college. You don't get into a good college, your education is kind of not as great as anyone else's, and then you have a hard time getting a job in the world out there. So, when I was in high school, though, I had a friend who put off soda for 2.5 years. I was like, that's really cool. 2.5 years of no soda is something I probably could never do for myself, but I was glad that I knew somebody that stuck to it and they could do it. However, one night, she called me and she was sick, and the only way to calm down her stomach was to drink a soda. So, sodas have pluses. The acids in them can calm your stomach down. Most people, whenever they get sick, turn to Sprite or ginger ale. I know I do. I know that's what I rely on most of the time whenever I get sick. It's better to drink those than to drink orange juice when you're sick. That's something my mother always said, because then, you're calming your stomach down and you're not putting more acid in there. Sorry, I forgot my train of thought there. So, this article really did open my eyes a little bit. To know that only 14% of girls get their needed calcium and that 86% of 8-year-olds drink a soda a day. I don't really think my child will be able to drink any kind of soda he wants, anytime he wants. I think it will be a restrictive type thing, a every Friday night thing. But I knew I loved soda growing up as a kid. I know kids love soda. I work at a place where we sell a lot of soda. And because we sell a lot of soda, I drink a lot of soda. But now maybe I'll take my time and not drink so much soda and drink a little more milk so I can have a little healthier body, because my job does provide milk too. That being said, I know it's always going to be a personal choice. You can listen to this speech and you can say, nope, still going to do whatever I want. Most people probably will. But I'm here to tell you, when it comes to your child, you probably should think about their future, because your parents probably thought about yours. You should take a step back and think, do I want to be able to play with them outside? Do I want them to be able to play with me outside? Because that's a lot more important than sitting in front of a TV playing video games all the time. Alright? So, whether you want to regulate your child's drinking soda or whether you don't, that's up to you. But as for me, it's definitely going to be a regulated thing in my children's lives.